and welcome to The Bond, the show that connects you with experts about nature. And today I'd like to ask you a question. What do you think about when you want to be comforted? Do you think about textures? Do you think about something that's soft, cuddly? What do you think about different types of textures that would welcome you into different cultures? Have you ever thought about a cat? Have you ever thought about something called the ragdoll cat? Something that's floppy and fluffy and welcoming and just gorgeous. Well, cats in some cultures have had a certain meaning. In ancient cultures, such as in Japan, it means good fortune and prosperity. Sometimes in the Chinese culture, it means something a cat is resembling something that's agile and kind-hearted. And in the Vietnamese culture, they actually don't even have a year of the rabbit, they have a year of the cat. And so it was really interesting to see, how would we take all of this history and bring it up to today? How do we understand how we can take a piece of something that's respected in cultures and also has a certain element of magic to it? Why is a cat considered the guardian of the home, to keep away the evil spirits or just the mice and rodents? Why is it that a cat could be magical and also be a fairy tale? And how do you have a fairy tale and a ragdoll be a cat? Well, we have an answer to that. We actually have some experts who have bred fairy tale ragdoll cats, and that's actually the name of their website and the cattery. And I'd like to welcome Joyce and Gia into this cattery. So thank you both so much for coming here. Did I say anything that you'd like to correct in my intro?
No.
Do you agree that cats are considered protectors of the home?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, so let me just ask you, Joyce, how would one take care of a beautiful cat like this? What's the mechanism? What are the steps?
Well, one thing is you have to obviously brush them because they are a long-haired cat. Mm-hmm. And they have this super silky coat, so it's not super high maintenance. It's one of the low maintenance quality cats because it's so silky. We do sometimes get a little bit of cottony coat, which is kind of like a Persian coat, kind of like a woolly coat.
Okay.
So it does mat more easy, but usually the traditional ragdoll coat is silky.
Okay, so just regular brushing. How often? Like once a day,
once a week?
I see that they seem very, very lively and just very comfortable with the toys. So, so Gia, can I ask you, what's the favorite toy of a ragdoll? They seem to be very engaging. They want to interact a lot.
For her, everything is a toy.
Everything is a toy.
Everything is a toy. But the thing is, ragdoll is not like the other breed.
How are they different?
They play with it, they not destroy it.
So what do you mean by that? When they play?
Yeah, when they play, they just play very gentle. They're not chewing on wires. They don't. It's not like a Bengal or the other breed. They chew it, they break it. They just play with it.
So they're just very gentle,
they
don't destroy your property.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean that they're good with children, like small children?
Yes, that's why they call ragdoll. You know, when the small kids, the younger kids, they play rough with all the animals. Sometimes the cat was scratching or hiss, but ragdoll never do that. They don't. You can handle them upside down, whatever,
Do you have to declaw them or anything?
No,
like that?
we just trim the nails every 2 weeks. You can see she's not going to anywhere.
So when you started your cattery, when somebody comes and wants to get a cat, how do you make sure that it's going to a good home? Do you interview the prospective owners?
Yes.
Okay.
We have online application they need to fill.
Okay.
And mostly I don't like testing that much. I want to talk to them.
Okay, so you want to see the interaction with the people who are going to be the owners.
I call them when I have the number. I want to make sure how many animals they have. They have dogs or cats, and if they have younger kids, they have to let me know. Then I will pick some, right kittens for the family. And I want to make sure I want to know, is anybody in the home has allergy history?
What about smokers? Can smokers adopt your cat, or would you rather it go to a smoke-free home?
We're not asking about like a non-smoking home,
Okay.
because we don't have that list on
You're
our,
not that particular,
Yeah.
but just as long as the cat is in
But
an
we
environment that's
yeah.
healthy and safe.
But we're asking they have to be indoor only.
So let me ask you about diet. What's unique and what needs to be fed to a ragdoll cat to keep the hair so lustrous?
Well, we feed kibble and raw can be like raw turkey legs or raw chicken thighs.
So do you just go to the butcher and you just buy?
Yeah, you can go to your local
meat?
grocery store, and then we have a grinder, so we grind all our meat every week, and we put fish oil and biotin inside. So those.
And what does that do?
So the fish oil helps keep the coat super shiny.
Oh, okay.
And it helps it stay super soft. The biotin is
Yeah.
just kind of like a vitamin, I guess.
Okay, so that sort of is all to make sure that the skin and the hair
Yeah.
is really good. So why do you think that the cat was named a fairy tale cat? Because I really have to say, when I think of, say, a romance book, the novel, the cover is always having a Frisian horse with a long mane or something. And if there's a beautiful cat like that, I envision a cat like this. So why do you think it was associated with fairy tales, this breed?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
That's okay. That's okay. I just think it's really wonderful how she looks so nice and
because
fluffy.
we think they always like angels, like it
They
comes
do
from,
look like angels
they
a little
come
bit. The
from like,
eyes the eyes are not a typical brown or golden
they're
color.
all blue. The rattle,
the blue-
yeah,
blue.
the
Are they ever
rattle
green?
has to be
No.
blue eyes.
They're all
So-
blue, really.
Yeah.
So all pointed cats, they have blue eyes. So like a
Really?
Siamese, they always have blue eyes. She is a pointed cat, so she obviously
So
has
tell
blue
me what a
eyes.
pointed cat is. What is that? Is that
A pointed cat is kind of points. So the ears are one of the points. The mask, so it's on her face where she has that darker color.
Oh, okay.
The tail. Sometimes we have midgets, so they're a lot darker, but they also have darker arms. So it's just kind of the points.
So does that mean a fairy tale cat is never fully white?
No.
No.
Okay, so it always has a little accent
Yeah,
color.
they always
Yes.
they're always either blue, seal, or multicolor, so torby, or they always have like a lynx marking, so like kind of like tiger markings on their face.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, but the eyes has to be blue.
So what is the most common health issues that you would have with a cat that an owner should be aware of?
With this particular breed, since they are the second largest domesticated cat breed.
Oh, are they?
So it's Maine Coon and then Ragdoll.
Wow.
With one of the bigger breeds, they can have HCM, which is a heart issue.
Oh, really?
What is it? Because their body's so big, their heart has a lot of
Yeah,
stress.
So
They
they
call-
need, does that
yeah.
mean they need more exercise, or does that just mean you
They
need to?
have to, mostly we recommend it for the heart exam every year.
Okay,
to
with the
make,
vet?
Yeah, make sure it's nothing wrong with it. And
Okay.
we do all the wellness check before they go.
Okay. And then what about vaccinations? Do you fully vaccinate your
Yes.
cats before you give them to a home?
Yes.
Okay. So are they fully health checked? So you basically interview the owner and then you also interview the cat to make sure it's a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever played matchmaker and set a specific cat up with a home?
Well, when I go to shows to get kittens some homes, so sometimes I'll go to like Northern California, or I'll go to Oregon or Washington, and we'll bring a couple kittens with us.
Oh.
And what we do is at the shows, we have people, try to bond with them. And if I think they're a good match, I'll say, oh, I think you might like this kitten. Because, depending if they have kids, like let's say I have one that's a little bit more shy that prefers to be an only cat. I'll ask like, do you have any animals at home? If you're comfortable with having an only cat, I'll try to see which one they'll prefer with, their
So
home
you basically get a feel for their
Yes, yeah.
personalities
Yeah.
and go, you two are a good match.
Yeah.
So, but one thing that you mentioned is that you travel around a lot. So
Yeah.
you go to shows. So that brings me to my next question is, tell me about showing these cats in a competition.
Well, we have a lot of organizations, but one of the biggest organizations out there is TICA,
Okay. And what does TICA stand for?
the International Cat Association.
Okay.
And we have a lot of judges from everywhere, and We have shows kind of everywhere as well.
Okay.
The clubs can invite judges from their local, or they can bring them in from like London, China, anywhere
Wow.
basically.
So really international.
Yeah.
So what do you judge a cat on? So if that cat was in a competition, what would they be looking for?
Well, for each breed, we have a standard. So each cat's standard is a little bit different.
Okay, so for this cat?
So they have a modified wedged head, medium ears, and it's weird in wording, but ears that are not.
Could you hold the cat up so that we can see?
So ears not as on top as on the side, so it should be like kind of set there. And a really cool thing is that their eyes, the outer corner should connect where the ears are. So like here to here at the bottom of the ears.
Oh, you mean like the line?
Yeah,
The line connects.
Yeah.
Oh, like a good eyeliner.
Yeah. And then they have a gentle curve on their nose, so not like a straight line, not an L. It's very gentle, very kind of gentle swoop.
Okay.
They have they're supposed to have a really strong jaw, so a way to tell is that if you kind of pull their head back and you align your finger from the tip of the nose to the tip of the jaw, you can see it's a straight line. That's how you know it's super like strong.
Oh, so have you done judging?
Not yet, I can't.
But are you studying to be a judge?
Yeah,
You are.
I'm
okay.
working towards my requirements right now.
So what's involved with becoming a judge? When you say you're working towards your requirements, do you have to take an exam? Do you have to apprentice? And like, what's involved with that?
There's two different ways. The way I'm going is as one of the breeder way. So I have to become a licensed head clerk, a licensed master clerk, at the entry clerk
So
twice.
it's like different belt levels in karate or something almost.
And
okay.
then I have to show manage a show.
And what does that entail? What is show managing a show mean?
So you have to put on a show and
You have to host it.
Yeah, you have to host it basically.
Okay, so that means you have to say, everybody, this is a show, and now bring in your cats.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then, so any issues I have to take care of, basically. And then once I'm 17 and a half, I'll apply. And then if I'm correct, it's 3 months to get the exam. And then once I'm done with the exam, I'll send it in. And it's like 3 months till I wait, like hear the news.
That is fantastic. Well, I want to hear a little bit more about it, but I think we might need to take a teensy break. So hold on. We are going to be coming back to talk with Joyce and Gia more about this ragdoll fairy tale cat. And stay with us. We've got more to cover. See you soon. And we are back from break. We're going to continue on talking to Gia and Joyce of Fairytaleragdol Cats. So tell me a little bit about your cattery and when you started it and why you started it with this particular breed.
We start the cattery on 2016.
Okay, so you've been in business for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you decide on this type of a breed?
The first I want to breed Persian because
Really?
I really like the long hair cat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But then this cat just jumped on,
I mean, it grabbed your heart.
Yes, and was like, oh, looks, they're not like Persian flat face. They're easy to take care. So I was like, maybe I try this breed. And when I breed, she was still very young.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be good for the kids because people says they're very good with young babies. All the dogs at home we breed dogs too. So I wanted something can play with my dog.
So you think that the fairy tale cats the ragdoll cats rather, are good companions for dogs?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
okay.
we send some kittens go home. This is my experience. I have one kitten is very shy, very, very shy. So I told the owner when she picked up the kitten, I said, oh, maybe any times to work with her because I think she's a little shy and don't put her with your dog together. And she said, oh, okay, we separate them. So 2 days later, she sent me the picture. The kitten was sleeping with the golden retriever
a
together.
cat and a golden retriever were together,
Yeah.
spending the night together because they were so comfortable with each
Yes.
other. Wow. So so when you bring a kitten to your house, how long does it take before the cat acclimates to everyone in the family?
I will say we always told the owner you have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
2 weeks. We asking them put them in quiet space like an office or second bedroom.
Something that does not get a lot of foot traffic in the family, so it won't be busy. So let them have their own space in a quiet corner.
Yes.
And then let them come out on their own. Okay.
But
That's a great way
we
to
always say 2 weeks, but people doesn't follow the rule. 2 days later, they get on the bed. They're sleeping with the dogs.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, so they acclimate pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So what made you decide that you want to follow this rigorous path of being a judge and doing the different competitions? Do you just want the fluffiest of them all?
I don't know. It just kind of happened. I kind of grew up at the show halls.
Yeah.
And
You fell in love with it?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. I'm a big animal lover myself, so
You mean besides cats?
yeah.
So what is it that what type of personality do you think would be a good owner for this cat? How would you describe the perfect owner?
Anyone, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because for me, I'm really gentle with my cats, and I have a little brother who's a little bit more rough.
Yeah.
All my cats can, kind of attach to both of us in any way, and
At the right level?
Yeah.
So they adjust. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy's a little bit of a roughhouse player, so
Yeah.
I'll just,
Yeah, but they always choose favorites, So
They do.
Yeah.
So do you think the cats pick their favorite humans out of the family?
yeah,
They
for
do?
sure.
They pick you. That is fantastic. So how do you envision your cattery being in like the next 5 years or so?
Next 5 years.
Yeah. Do you expand or do you want to reach out to more far away possible owners? Do you want to go to more shows or what's your future vision?
For the goats we have right now, actually we're downsizing because we want to focus on more healthy. And
Okay, so you're being more particular, more stringent about the specific.
Yes.
breeds.
So, and we want some signature looking, like.
Oh, a signature. So it'd
Yes.
be like this is a cat from your cattery.
Yes.
I see. So how do you go about that? That takes a lot of generations of breeding before you get your own look.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we breeding for 8 years, we go to the show a lot.
Yeah.
Show hall is a very good place to learn.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, like the animals, like kids.
Yeah.
People always thinking, oh, my kids is beautiful. Everybody think their own kids is beautiful.
Well, I think your kids are beautiful too.
Until you go to the show hall, so,
And you see the competition.
my cats, this is not right, that is not right. And when you go home, you need to figure out how to fix it. See, if we want medium ears, you have to breed a large ear to
a small ear?
Yes.
So can you describe for me then, since you both have been working with cats for so many years, what is your ideal breed for your signature brand? What would you like to see?
A little bit of a bigger body.
So you want a bigger cat, so something a little bit...
Well, since they're the second largest cat.
You want it to be the largest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want them to be big. You want them to have that really heavy boning, substantial body.
Okay, so...
You want to feel like the muscles in them, you know?
You do want to feel the muscles.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want it to be a muscular cat.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. That reminds me of, I think in Belgium, they did a blue ox breeding program where they tried to naturally get a really beefy beefy cattle. So is that you're going to try and build for muscle mass in your cats?
Well, yeah, but I'm not the breeder.
Muscle,
It's
just like a
Not a superhero cat.
yeah,
you want
because
it
in
well built.
ragdoll, a lot of people
Okay.
do inbreeding and
Yeah.
line breeding that make the breed much smaller. Weaker.
Yeah.
Like East Coast, the ragdoll is smallest than the West Coast is smaller than the East Coast.
The West Coast ragdoll is a
Is
smaller
smaller
breed
than-
than the East Coast ragdoll?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
a
so
lot
you want to
smaller.
take a West Coast cat and you want to breed it so it's physically bigger.
We wanted some original line.
Okay, and then what about the coat? Is there anything about the coat that you're looking for, or are you happy with the coat the way it is?
We want a silky coat.
Silkier?
Silk. Yeah.
But I mean, like, is the coat that you have now, have you reached your goal
Yes.
of a fluffy coat?
Yes.
Okay, so you've reached the goal there. You're just looking for a little more muscle mass?
Yeah.
Okay. And any other aspects that you want to change?
For me, our cats have the tip of the ears are a little bit too pointy, in my opinion. They should be a little bit rounded.
More rounded, like,
Yeah, a little bit.
but not like Mickey Mouse ears, right?
No,
No.
no. Just a little bit rounder, because in my opinion, we have some cats that do have a little bit rounder, but for hers are a little bit too pointy, in my opinion.
Okay. So you're really looking for lots of smooth, rounded
Yeah.
curves, so it's nice and extra cuddly. Okay, so then where do you think you would go for your breeding stock? How do you get that being matched with one of my cats?
You know, like when you get into the cat fancy, you know a lot of cattery. When you look at their website, some pictures just like, oh, I want that line.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
you have to contact the breeder and see if they open to sell you a breeder or trade a cat with you.
Oh, you can trade cats? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's old school style. People doesn't
They
do
just
that
do
much
trading.
anymore, but still people
They
doing
can do
that.
it. So how has this whole cat thing impacted your life, do you think? Has it given you an interesting perspective on life in general? Or because it's been a huge part of your life, it's part of the business, you're going to be a judge.
I mean, I really like the breed, and I enjoy the hobby a lot, so...
Well, what is it about the hobby that you enjoy? What aspect of it? Is it that you're getting a cute cat? Is it that you're meeting people by going to the shows?
By meeting
Is it-
people,
You like
probably.
meeting the people? So have you run across any interesting personalities where you can sort of peg people like, oh, that person is clearly a Persian cat lover as opposed to a ragdoll cat lover? I mean,
Yeah.
can you, do cat breeders have certain personalities that you've noticed?
Yeah.
Like, can you give me an example?
Some are very petty sometimes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that in a competition type thing? How do you make people behave to their highest level instead of their lowest level?
Well, I can't really control them, you know.
No, of course not. But you can control yourself.
You don't want to snoop down to their level. You want to try to
Keep that level of integrity.
Yeah, you don't want to be mean towards them, or you don't want to, you know.
Well, no, I think that's good, because what I'm hearing is that you're saying no matter how petty other people are, you want to still maintain your level of integrity and kindness,
Yeah.
but just be aware that maybe there's somebody that you don't want to
Trust.
trust or mess with or whatever. Yeah. And so can I ask you how if you were thinking about doing something else besides the ragdolls,
I am already.
what are you going to do?
I do Peterbalds, So they're a completely different breed. So they're kind of like
Really?
a Sphinx.
Yeah.
But instead of fully hairless, we have 5 different type of coats.
Okay.
We have chamois,
Yeah.
flock, naked, brush, and straight. So
Really?
My
Wow, okay.
favorite coat is chamois because it's kind of like a peach fuzz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
sort of velvety.
Yeah, kind of like that.
And are you starting to breed those?
I'm working on it. I have 2 girls right now. They're not Peterbalds. They're an Oriental and a Siamese, which is a available outcross. So the way the Peterbalds started was with those 2 breeds and the Donskoy, which is like
Really?
similar to a Sphinx but a lot larger.
So it sounds like for your cattery, you're going to start building up on your breeds. that
Well,
you're
it's my
offering.
own cattery.
It's your own?
Yeah.
Because her mentor is the first chair of the Peterborough breed.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
she's the TICA Aubrey judge.
Really?
And then she's
Yeah.
the Mid-Pacific Regional Director. So she's like in
Wow.
charge of the state Nevada, Utah, and I think one more, but I can't, maybe Colorado, I think.
That is very impressive. Wow, I would love to learn more about that. So how does that breed personality differ from this breed?
They're like dogs.
Really?
Very much like dogs.
Okay.
They're very,
You can teach them commands.
well, yeah, my cats know how to play fetch.
Really?
Yeah, they bring rubber bands to me and they always want to play fetch in the middle while I'm sleeping all the time. They'll be knocked out next to me, just kind of be annoyed with them.
So the ragdoll cats are really the comfort cat,
Yeah.
right?
They're not
so like
good jumpers.
you want the ragdoll cat if you want to relax in front
Yes.
of the TV and on your sofa and you want to get pampered at the spa.
Yes.
You can go home with that. And
If you
you're-
don't want like a very active cat, you don't want a cat that jumps on your table a lot.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
ragdolls.
exactly, exactly. That's amazing that there's so many different personalities with the cats and all the different breeds, just like with people, right? Each one has its own personality, it sounds like. Do you agree with that? Or
Yeah.
okay, well,
Each cat different.
each cat is different.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say thank you very much, but for the very last question, I wanted to ask, how do you deal with people who might be interested in the cats who are out of town? How do you cater to them?
We have a lot of buyer from New York, Boston, Canada. We sell a lot to Utah, everywhere.
Do you deliver? How do you deliver the cats?
We're working with the pet nanny for a couple of years. She's a very good pet nanny.
Okay.
So people at the East Coast, they contact us by WeChat, Instagram, Facebook.
Wow. So you can reach out to everybody on social media.
Yes.
And all that. And your pet nanny just basically helps to deliver the cat?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Handing.
You have a service that will help to make sure that it's safe.
Deliver to the airport.
Yeah, I was always wondering about that because I would think that the cats can't be put underneath the seat in the airplane,
Yes,
right?
you can.
You can.
Yeah, but there's a
do that?
carrier we use like that.
You have a carrier that's small enough to go underneath the seat?
Yeah, just the regular one. They have
Oh.
a airline approved size.
Really?
Yeah, but the weight can be under 20 pounds.
How much does an average cat weigh, an adult cat?
She's fat. She's I think about like 14, reach to 15.
14 pounds?
Yeah.
14, 15 pounds?
Yeah,
For
and she's
the-
not done growing yet. She still has another 2 years in her. to
Really?
grow.
2 years?
Yeah,
So she might
She's
get
not
bigger?
1 year yet. She maybe a couple more days. June 20,
10.
June 5th.
June 5th?
Oh, today's her.
So happy birthday!
Today's your birthday!
Maybe we could have the cat give another angle to the camera that's a little bit more flattering. There we go. Nice little close-up of the cat. Well, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming in today. And I'd like to say to you as the audience that going with these cats is something that could be magical. It's your fairy tale. We see now why so many different cultures have viewed it as a symbol of magic, of protection, being the guardian of the home, and also how beautiful they are and luxurious, silky fur, which surprisingly does not seem to shed so much depending on how dense it is and all the different types of coats. And so we wanted to say thank you so much to the fairy tale ragdoll cats that we have been chatting with today with Gia and Joyce. And if you are interested, you can see how to reach out to them. And in that case, we want to make sure that you treat other people with integrity, that you are doing something kind for someone, and that you can go home and cuddle up with your very own fairy tale ragdoll cat. So, but until then, until we meet again, until we bond again, until next time.